Jay and I wrote Crazy Mary Lincoln at the New Tuners, which was a 2-year program in Chicago. And Jay said to me, I just saw something on PBS last night about the Lincoln family, and you won't believe what Mary Lincoln's life was like after her husband was assassinated.
Mary was a very strong woman. She had very strong family ties, family bonds. She was very close, very protective of her family. And she was outspoken about the things that she cared about. And often that got her in trouble in 19th century America.
She was such a compelling character, very much more like a woman of today.
There's so much that's talked about with Hamilton and, its major point, who lives, who dies, who tells your story. How is your story going to be told? And it's not necessarily you. The thing that jumped out at me and struck me about Crazy Mary is that this too is kind of one of those stories of who lives, who dies, who tells your story. Whereas, when President Lincoln died, we have Mary Todd Lincoln, who's desperately trying to hold on to his memory as a father and a family man and who she knew. And her son is very much trying to help the world grieve, help the country grieve. Who does the legacy belong to? Does it belong to the family or does it belong to the ages?
The story is a large one that resonates, I think, with a contemporary audience. She was trying to live a very private life in the face of great public scrutiny, much as our own public figures do today.
Crazy Mary is kind of one of those great musicals that pairs really well with other musicals. So next year we're having a 2-show season, and Crazy Mary will anchor it in May, and then in September, October there will be what we're calling a legacy musical, a musical that we all know and love that's been on Broadway. And while we're not announcing it yet, it is one of those musicals that would pair very well with the Lincoln assassination, and that's all I'll say.